There's more to being British than wearing bowler hats and fancy waistcoats. We British have a number of advantages when it comes to coping with lockdown. I'm not saying we are better at it than others, we just have several built-in coping mechanisms. Take queuing, for instance. Within 6 hours of the announcement of the arrangements for lockdown, everyone was queuing properly, 2 metres apart, and tutting anyone who got it wrong. Indeed, when I turned up at Tesco's the first morning, the queue had been organised and I was tutted for entering the queue at the wrong place. Within a few minutes, I had managed to find the correct spot and was able to join in the tutting latecomers myself. Can I offer an explanation for this? Well, I believe I can. We Brits are desperate to do the right thing and are mortified to be seen to be getting it wrong. And we have to appear not to be making any effort or to be in any way anxious about the situation. Our social antennae are sharply attuned to the niceties of a situation, and we absorb the rules and conventions quickly and, we hope, smoothly. We must make it seem that we know exactly what we are doing and not let any real concern about the situation manifest itself. We can exhibit at most a sort of wry grimace, or perhaps some generalised black humour should we be called upon to communicate in any way. Lovely day for standing in a car park. Perhaps, indeed, the 2 metre requirement is a blessing for most Brits who are continually looking for excuses to ignore everyone else. But better than that is our ability to distance ourselves at 2 metres apart whilst negotiating our daily exercise routine. And who actually exercised for a whole hour every day before all this? Again, our unwillingness or inability to show our feelings comes to the fore every day when walking along any pavement under normal circumstances. We weave and dodge, terrified of coming into bodily contact with any other human being. We do this with a complicated set of long-term strategies and immediate tactical decisions. We look down the pavement ahead of us, plan a route accordingly, but being ever ready to bob and duck should the situation change around us. This complicated dance is a beautifully choreographed emergent behaviour with no actual choreographer, much like the waggle dance of the beehive, because we can be certain that everyone else is following the same complex but unwritten, unstated, and probably unconscious set of rules. The vital thing is not to show that you are participating in these manoeuvres yourself. You are above such mundane things. You are merely moving through the world with ease and the grace of a swan. But we all know what the swan is doing below the surface. The apparent movement must be easy and untroubled, lest we reveal our true anxieties about a situation that is changing by the microsecond, and we do not like change. Mentally, we are on high alert, whilst exhibiting insouciance and utter sang-froid. Should there be the slightest bodily contact, we will, of course, utter the phrase, "I'm sorry." Now, this is a set of words redolent with hidden meaning that any non-Britisher would be hard put to understand. The one thing that it doesn't mean is that you are in any way apologising. What you are in fact implying is something along the lines of, you have broken the social conventions that the rest of us are adhering to fastidiously. I am sorry that you have lost all face and dignity. You have become a lesser person by your clumsiness. Or more bluntly, I am superior to you because I can do this dance and you can't, and I'm making sure you understand it by expressing a form of sympathy which is actually closer to Schadenfreude. Yes, losing face means that you do not know the conventions and have to ask someone else what to do. And notice that we conceal our real feelings behind French and German words. So to return to social distancing for a moment, because we all know the unwritten rules of pavement etiquette, it is a fairly simple matter to adapt them to our exercise routine. We can plan ahead in our mind just where the oncoming jogger is going to be in 20 yards. So we subtly alter our trajectory to take account of this and to pass by without demonstrating that we are deviating from the path that we have chosen. We achieve the 2-metre separation more or less, but we are not going to show the slightest indication that we are adhering to any set of rules except for our own. And more terrified, not of the virus, but of making a social faux pas.